Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today about some dating stuff. And I want to talk with you specifically about your partner selection and something, as I've observed it, that you really should consider when you're really getting to that point where you're trying to analyze your person in your life that you've been dating and trying to figure out if there's, first of all, some long term potential, I think, and whether or not you should even go down this track with somebody in life. But whether or not you keep them around or whether or not you get to that point where you decide that, hey, this is the one. And you make that huge life decision about who you're going to spend the rest of your days with, or maybe get married if you're on that track in life. And just I want to talk to you about some reflections and observations that I've had as I've dated, but more importantly as I've watched my friends, my peers, and people that I really care about me, and seeing who's had great marriage success, who's really struggled. One very big piece of partner selection is evaluating, considering one's experience level in life. Okay. And I think when a lot of us hear the word experience level, we might just associate readily experience in life with just strictly age or years on the earth. But I really view it as something a whole lot different and a whole lot more important. And I'm just trying to shine a light on it for you guys and to get you to think about that once again when you're out there dating. And this goes for you guys and girls. I mean, it's the same equatable sort of thing. And let me give you a contrast here. Let's take a man, for example. You might have a 40-year-old man, right, that's got a decent amount of years of life on the earth and might people think about him, he's a really experienced guy, but he's not done much with his life. He's not achieved things in his career. He's not overcome very tough, hard hurdles. He's not challenged himself. He's not done a lot of these things in life that mold a person into a very strong, capable partner, I think. But the contrast to that, I mean, let's say you have a 25-year-old man who's maybe been through a war or something, or who's maybe, had times when he's really had to rise up. He's been a young man that's had to overcome some challenges and, really tackle some hard life issues, right? There's a very huge contrast to one's experience level just in general in life, okay? Dealing with confrontations, like I said, dealing with hard situations, like working with other people in various settings that are very challenging, that ironically enough, and this is the whole point of what I'm talking about here, is I believe that these people that have like these sorts of life experiences under their belt, have gone through these sorts of things, make much better partners for you and are going to be much better teammates. And like I said, just to bring the whole thing full circle, I've observed my guy friends of mine that have very, what I perceive to be weak marriages or very stressful marriages or unfulfilling marriages. And a lot of times they have chosen to marry women that have not had a lot of life experience. And it leaves them in this position where they're very challenged. They don't have a lot of support. They don't have somebody who's kind of like up to the task maybe, or up to the challenges of doing something like a marriage, like running the business that is raising kids and keeping a house together and functioning as two adults in unison and trying to go through life and trying to do all these sorts of things. So it's just something that's always struck me. Like I said, I've got some friends that I really admire their marriages and I admire their partner selection. And every single one of these cases, the women that they chose to marry had come through some very difficult times in their life. They'd been through some stuff. It wasn't just the age, let's say, that they were at this point in time and these people had married them. It was the fact that, like I said, these girls had just achieved a lot. They'd been through some tough schooling. They had, whatever it was. I mean, there's so many examples. This is not a one size fits all sort of thing, but it's a very big thing that I want you guys and girls out there to think about as you're out there, and you're getting to know somebody. And you don't have to like probe somebody and, be like so intrusive with your questioning and your data gathering from moment number one. Obviously, don't be doing that. But over the course of time, you're going to slowly start to figure out, like, hey, has this person held down a job for a good period of time? Like, has this person been through some quote unquote shit in their life? Have they had to overcome some very big obstacles. It's so easy, especially for us as guys, to overlook something like this when you're just starting to get to know somebody, certainly, but a lot of times, like, we as men choose to keep women in our lives just because of the way they look or the way they make us feel when they're on our arm, or they, whatever. It's a very hard thing for us to guys to combat, I feel like, is to override those sorts of things. But obviously, the more time you're with somebody, those looks and all this, kind of stuff is going to, fade to the back seat. And there's going to be more important things that are important to you. Like, once again, if you choose to get into a marriage with somebody like this that has not had these challenges, not been through these sorts of things before, odds are they're going to be a very, like, challenging person to be married to conduct these life matters with, to have as your partner as you move along through life. So it's just a little something to remind you guys of, to keep in mind, is just really try to conduct some critical analysis of where this person's been, what they've done with their lives, what they've been through. It's oftentimes a very good indicator of the type of partner they're going to end up being for you. Okay. Not always, not a one size fits all, not a like be all end all, but like I said, I see that contrast. I've said it a few times, but between my buddies that have really strong, healthy marriages, their women had been through some amazing things in their lives. And the guys I know that have very weak marriages, a lot of times the girls had not done much in their lives. And just an interesting fact. So, all right, guys, hope you're having a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.